Good afternoon, UTMB. All right, so we're going to have a party this afternoon, and I know that you can do better than that. I see you have pom-poms, and y'all are really excited, so we're going to try this again. Good afternoon, UTMB. All right, good. Outstanding. Now, for those of you who are in the back, there are plenty of seats up front. You can come down here by me. I actually took a shower today, and so there are plenty of seats down here in the front, so come on down. I'm Ian Barrett, and I'm Associate Vice President of Human Resources, and I want to welcome you today to our annual Employee Service Awards Day and Gem Day. This is an opportunity for us to recognize our colleagues who have a significant service anniversary and those people who've provided excellent customer service internally to UTMB and externally over the last year. And so we're going to have a great time today. I want to thank those people who came today to Levin Hall, but I also want to do a special welcome to people who are watching this across the internet. So if you're in your office somewhere or somewhere else, thank you for joining us via the internet, and thank you for coming today. So, all right, so I see people in the back. You can come on down, and I'm looking for Phaedra to give me the signal to move forward in the program. Are we ready? All right, so we are ready. All right, so you have these pom-poms today, which we're going to ask you to use. So, of course, these aren't free. We had to buy them, so we want to get our maximum use out of these pom-poms. So, you can do a couple of things with these pom-poms today. You can actually sit in your chair, and you can cheer. You can shake them. The other thing you can do is you can stand, and you can shake your pom-poms. Or you can also, if you're really advanced, you can stand, shake your pom-poms, and do a little dance. All right. So any of those three things will be appropriate today. We're going to give you, somebody asked me for a demonstration. All right. But the other thing you need is you need music in order to make that happen. So we're going to have some music, and so our colleagues in the booth, if you could cue up the music. We're going to welcome in your Employee Advisory Council. These are people who represent you locally and also in Austin. So let's welcome our Employee Advisory Council as they come in. All right. All right, yeah, here we go, Quentin. You can stand up if you want. You don't have to sit down. Thank you, Employee Advisory Council. We appreciate all you do for us and for helping us celebrate today. All right, so today to kick off our celebration, we're going to acknowledge or recognize our GEM recipients. And so UTMB's GEM program reinforces the university's commitment to professionalism and service. And it's a way for us to recognize these employees, students, and volunteers who routinely exhibit exemplary behavior. We have 532 employees who have been acknowledged for going the extra mile. So if you're one of the 532 employees who's here, having received 3 GEM awards, if you would please stand and be recognized. All right. Yay! Great, thank you. Thank you for all that you do every day for UTMB. All right, so now I have the opportunity to recognize people in 5-year categories. And so I think I have 8 different categories to present. So you'll actually have an opportunity to cheer 8 times, and so pace yourself. You don't want to cheer too much on the front end, because you're going to have to cheer on the back end. So you have 8 times to cheer. The one thing I didn't say earlier is each one of us knows our physical limitations, so take that into account, right? Because if you hurt yourself while you're cheering, I can't excuse you with your manager. So please, you know your limitations. Please take that into account as you're cheering, all right? So the first category we're going to recognize are people who've been here for 5 years. So if you're celebrating a 5-year anniversary, please stand up and be recognized. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done for UTMB. I'll have my 4-year service anniversary in November, so I think I'm going to be 5 years next year. Is that right, Phaedra? Yes, I'm going to have my 5-year anniversary next year, so I'll be out there shaking it with you next year. All right, so let's go to 10 years. Who's celebrating a 10-year service anniversary? Congratulations, thank you. Thank you for all you do for UTMB. Now, do I have any 15-year people who are out in the audience? "15-year is the charm," so thank you. How about people who've dedicated 2 decades of service to UTMB? Let's do 20 years. Yay! Outstanding, marvelous. All right. We're going to go to silver anniversary. So anybody who's been here 25 years, if you'd please stand and be recognized. All right, outstanding. Now, I didn't mention this, that there was a competition as far as cheering, but the 25-year people seem to have it so far. So, all right. So we'll move from 25 to 30 years. 3 decades of service. People have been here 30 years. Outstanding. Now the 30-year people have been great too, right? Well, they're still going. All right. How about 35 years of service? Thank you so much for your service for 35 years. And then how about people who've been here for 40 years? People who are celebrating 40 years of service at UTMB. All right. All right. So this is what we're going to do next. I want my GEM Awards people, my 5, my 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 to stand up and let's do a rousing round of applause. Outstanding. This is great. Outstanding. Thank you so much. On behalf of senior leadership, thank you for all you do for UTMB. We appreciate the many years of service that you've dedicated to the institution, and we appreciate the exemplary service that you provide. It is now my pleasure to introduce Donna Sullenberger, who is Executive Vice President and Chief Executive Officer of UTMB Health. She has 2 special presentations. Yeah, that's great.
I got my 5-year, actually 10-year last year because I've been with the UT system that long, but this is my 7th year, and you don't have an award for me, Ian? Okay, well, I actually am not sure I would be alive to receive a recognition for 45 years of service because I started late in terms of working at UTMB. But, you know, it's just wonderful to see all the people out here and how many years of service. One of the things we learn is that as administrators, it's much more important to keep the good people we have than to have the turnover. Because look at all the knowledge that's in this room. I mean, knowledge of the history of UTMB, knowledge of how to do things and do them well. So congratulations on your years of service, and we hope that you have many more. Now I want to recognize a member of our UTMB family who's dedicated themselves to students, residents, staff, and patients for an incredible 45 years. I know. Dr. Leonard Swisschuk has been at UTMB since 1970, and he literally wrote the book, 6 of them to be exact, on pediatric radiology. I'd actually heard of Dr. Swisschuk when I was in Wisconsin, and we were working on a children's hospital, and we were talking about pediatric radiology, and his name came up as we discussed some aspects of that project. Dr. Swisschuk is well known throughout the field of radiology for his groundbreaking expertise in pediatric imaging and as an educator of both radiology and pediatric medical students, residents, and faculty in this field. Among his discoveries was that X-rays can show the difference between viral and bacterial lung infections in children. This innovation has helped pediatricians make more accurate diagnoses, resulting in a decrease in the overuse of antibiotics to treat children, and we all know how important that is. Dr. Swisschuk is a revered faculty member here, a tremendous leader and mentor, and for treating people with dignity and compassion. In 2014, he received the John P. McGovern Lifetime Achievement Award in Oslarian Medicine, which honors those who are dedicated to compassionate, scientifically based, patient-centered care and teaching. Let's learn a little bit more about Dr. Swisschuk by watching this video.
Dr. Swisschuk is the hardest working person I've ever been associated with. He's a world-class pediatric radiologist. He's illuminated medical students, residents, and faculty alike.
Then I had the honor to see him present in Colombia when he went for a national meeting. And I really loved the way he presented. He put something that was very hard to understand in a way that everybody just went out of that auditorium saying, now I finally get it. Man, I want to be like him one day.
For me, the most important thing about Dr. Swisschuk is that he is a very close colleague and a really wonderful partner in terms of helping me take care of the small babies that I take care of, and helping all of us in pediatrics take care of the children that we have to take care of.
Just watching him with kids, he would tell stories about his own kids, and a kid could be laying on the ultrasound table screaming and crying, and Dr. Swisschuk would walk in and he would talk in his voice, and the baby or the kid would just lay perfectly still and not cry at all.
He's just a wonderful human being, and he's so much fun to be around. And he makes radiology so much fun that I think that a lot of the students that just are around him get inspired by that and pick radiology as a career. I can really say that very few people that I know can inspire that in people.
Simply outstanding in every way. He practically invented the field of pediatric radiology. He's internationally known and is really an icon when it comes to that specialty.
He's written numerous textbooks and over 300 articles in the literature. But the thing that's most impressive about Dr. Swischuk is that he treats people with dignity, and he comes to work and does the work on a consistent basis. He comes in every Saturday and Sunday, whether he's on call or not. He teaches us great fundamentals as radiologists.
As a resident many years ago, we struggled and fought and swapped time to spend with him in our elective, radiology elective. And it was a great experience. In practice, I was really fortunate enough to have two people in our community that had trained with Dr. Swischuk in radiology and did their rotations in pediatric radiology with him. It made a huge difference in the quality of care for children in those communities.
When I was a resident, he would meet with the pediatric residents, the medical students on the service, and the radiology residents every week at noon. And we would go over the most interesting cases from the week. That could have been a chore for some people. For him, it was a delight.
All blessed to work up under a man with this kind of leadership. And he cares so much about his kids. He shows so much love, not only to me, but to every one of radiology staff.
As far as UTMB, I don't really see how we could have provided the kind of care that we provide to our babies and our children here without Dr. Swischuk. He truly is a helpful ally in every way in terms of providing care to children.
Congratulations, Dr. Swischuk.
Well, I want to thank you all for that nice review. You know, you sort of don't want to come to this when you're in my position because it can get emotional. And I will tell you, when I got here in 1970, I got off the plane and I thought to myself, what are you doing here? It was a little plane at the airport. It was a foggy day in April. And what are you doing here? And just as I said when I received the Oslerian Award, the next morning, I felt like a rose just beginning to bloom in spring. I walked into UTMB. I saw a tremendous esprit de corps. I very quickly saw there was an enormous opportunity for me to do things from the roots of providing new knowledge. And away I went. And I never looked back. I'll put a little addendum on it, okay? UTMB has undergone a couple of little knockouts, right? You know, one leg out, then the other one gets better, and the other one goes out. But I'm beginning to see that the two legs are there, and they're coming back. And I tell this to prospective students and residents, and I'll give you two examples. I think that hospital at Victory Lakes is just going to do great. 72-hour turnaround. And the other thing, and I'll leave you with this, the land behind Randall's is finally smooth and flat. So I think we're going to have a clinic there. Again, thank you very much. Thank you.
I have something for him, don't I? Oh, gosh, the MC blew it. I'm going to walk it down.
Can I tell you one other thing? When I was a boy, I probably was maybe 12 years, no, maybe less than that, 8 years old. And maybe I'll go up there. When I was a little boy, and I probably was about 8 years old, I lived up in Canada, and I remember standing with my dad looking out the window. It was cold, it was winter, but there was a meteor shower. And they said it wouldn't happen again for X number of years. I was 6 years old, 8 years old. I made a quick calculation, my age. I said, 70 years and 10, you know? I said, you'll never see it. Well, here I am. I blew it, it's okay.
What a great example. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I want to now present an award that we haven't been presenting for some time, and Dr. McKinley one day came to the EVPs and he said that we needed to resurrect this award, and after he was finished telling us about it, we all agreed we needed to resurrect this award. It's the Nicholas and Catherine Leone Award for Administrative Excellence, and it recognizes a manager or supervisor who displays the highest degree of professionalism. The award was established in 1971 and was made possible through an endowment from Dr. Nicholas Leone, a former commanding officer and director of the Public Health Service Hospital in Galveston, and his wife, Catherine. The endowment makes possible, listen to this, a $7,500 monetary award, $2,500 for the winning manager or supervisor, and $5,000 to be used for the development and training in his or her department. I'm especially pleased that this year, 34 outstanding managers and supervisors were nominated from many different areas of UTMB, a testament to the high level of professionalism that exists throughout our institution. And it's heartening to know that so many of you are thought of so highly by your own colleagues. Unfortunately, we couldn't award 34 winners, but a thorough and carefully crafted judging process, and with the help of the Employee Advisory Committee, woohoo, members, they reviewed and they scored the nominations, which were then submitted anonymously, and one winner emerged. The person was the only nominee to receive a perfect score through the whole selection process. Okay, she is described as someone who cultivates an atmosphere of respect, value, and community within her department while practicing professional integrity and etiquette. She embraces and values UTMB's diverse community, not only within her own department, but when working with collaborators and customers. To encourage the development and growth of individuals and her department as a whole, she has developed a Lunch and Learn educational series in which staff members take turns introducing new knowledge, systems, and regulations to each other. We have plenty of those. She began her career at UTMB more than 10 years ago, translating for Spanish-speaking patients. She is described as a manager who values lifelong learning for herself as well as others. She is dedicated to improving the skills and value that each staff member bring to UTMB and continually seeks new opportunities to improve competency and growth of faculty, staff, and students. In the words of her supervisor, Dr. Catherine Cunningham, Ms. Garcia encourages an atmosphere of professionalism based on trust, honesty, integrity, and accountability. She recognizes honesty and integrity as foundational necessities of a highly functioning organization. So it's with great pleasure that I invite Ms. Maria Garcia, Senior Administrative Manager of the UTMB Center for Addiction Research, to come forward and receive the 2015 Nicholas and Catherine Leone Award for Administrative Excellence. For you, and this is heavy. This beautiful glass award. I think we'll let our friend Stephen hang on to it. Don't drop it. And this really big check for you, Maria. Thank you. And And then you'll recall there's a $5,000 award for the department to use for training for the employees, and we appreciate that Maria got this award because she gets to share it.
So I first wanted to thank Dr. Cunningham for giving me the opportunity to lead her division in this wonderful work that they're doing, both here at UTMB and in our outreach opportunities that we do. And I want to thank Dr. Jonathan Hummel for being here because Dr. Catherine is continuing her work and is currently at a conference, so she wasn't able to be here.
I'm going to let Ian actually close this, but I'm sure it'll be raucous, and I'm not up to jumping yet. I feel like with my physical therapy colleagues here, they're watching every move I make, so I'm going to go sit down.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Donna, please. So we're almost done, but I have to give you another opportunity to use these pom-poms. I don't know when you're going to use them again, so I'm going to give you one more opportunity. You know, we live in Texas, which is a big football state, and so your teams may be a high school team somewhere around here. Which one is it? Did I hear the Tours from Galveston? Okay. Or did I hear Dickinson? Or how about Lamarck? And now, I live in Clear Creek Independent School District, so there are a whole bunch of schools, high schools in that area. All right, how about Texas City? All right. So everybody has a favorite team, a high school team. I probably missed some, and I'll get cards and letters. That's okay. But then also, too, there are a whole bunch of college teams around here as well. And of course, we have our own professional football team, the Houston Texans, who actually won this past weekend. I'm so glad they won because they played Jacksonville, and we were both 1-4, and I think I was like, you need to get a win out of Jacksonville. So I say all of that to say is, since y'all are football fans, everybody knows how to do the wave, right? Everybody knows how to do the wave. And so we're going to do the wave from this side over to this side, but then we're going to do it back this way again, and we're going to do it back this way again, and back this way again. So we'll do it 4 times. Now, y'all are a sophisticated audience. I know that you can do this. I have all faith and confidence in your ability to do this 4 times. So my folks on this side, are you ready? All right. So we're going to start with the wave on this side. We're going to do it 4 times. You ready? All right. Hey! All right. And then finally. Outstanding, outstanding. What I didn't tell you, well, that's part of our health and wellness program. And so, for those of you who are using Fitbit, you can count all of that in your Fitbit for today. All right, so, I'm a little tired myself. So, but I also know if something happens to me, we have physicians and physician's assistants, and we have nurse practitioners who can take care of me, right? And the emergency room is not far away from here, so y'all can get me there. All right, so I would like to thank the people who made today possible. There are a lot of people who go into making a program like this. And so those people are the people in classroom and technical services, so the people who are operating the cameras and the sound, the print shop. Yeah, let's clap. Of course, catering and special events. So right after this, we have cake and punch across the hall in the dining room. Yay for cake and punch. All right, good. To marketing and communications for their work. So business operations and facilities. The Employee Advisory Council. And of course, last but not least, I want to thank the Human Resources team who worked to make this all possible. So from the talent team to other people who volunteered and the communications team. I want to thank them for all of their work. So this closes our 2015 Employee Service Awards and GEM Awards. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for all you do for UTMB. We actually have more music to get you pumped up as you go across the hall. So if you'd start the music. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon.
UTMB Health, working together to work wonders.